Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And so, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome all of you to introduce the Vice President I'd like to invite now the Honorable Minister of Education, who will be introducing the Vice President, and he'll proceed to declare the summit open.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I have the honor and privilege to invite His Excellency, Mr. Vice President. Sorry for the short break. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have the honor and privilege to invite His Excellency, the Vice President, Architect Namara Sambo, GCON, to please formally declare the summit open.
Chairman, Senate Committee on Education, Senator Uche Kumereji, the Chairman, House Committee on Education, Honorable Aminu Suleiman, other members of the National Assembly here present, our host, the Minister of Education, and the Minister and the Vice Chairman of National Planning Commission, other honorable ministers here present, the Chairman of the Board of NESG, Mr. Folosho Phillips, the Director General and other members of your board, members of the diplomatic corps, our development partners, captains of industries. I'd like to especially recognize the chairman of Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, and other senior businessmen here present, other senior citizens, participants, and our children, distinguished members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. I will start my remark by extending the sincere greetings and felicitations of Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan Joseph, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who would have liked to be here with us this morning, but for the exigencies of his office, and that therefore directed me to represent him on this important occasion. And I will read the speech. I am pleased to once again join you in this year's formal opening of the 20th Nigeria Economic Summit, the fourth in the life of our administration. Let me commend the Nigerian Economic Summit Group and the National Planning Commission, joint organizers of this event, for consistently providing this foremost platform for dialogue between the public and private sectors to discuss issues and challenges facing the implementation of core policies of government and development of our economy, with a view to profiling common strategies for addressing them. This year's summit is unique, firstly, because it focuses on education, a sector of vital importance to the realization of our transformation agenda and Nigeria's long-term Vision 2020. Secondly, this year's conference comes at a critical moment in our political history. Only yesterday, I inaugurated the national conference to provide an opportunity long yearned for free and fundamental discourse by all citizens on the most fundamental issues of our nationhood and how to resolve them. I believe that issues related to the education sector may also come up during the national conference deliberations. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the summit theme, Transforming Education Through Partnership for Global Competitiveness, is very timely and appropriate, especially at this time that our country is more determined to address the challenges facing our education system. The choice of this summit theme mirrors the determination of our administration to lay a solid foundation for the transformation of Nigeria's education sector, and indeed reflects our commitment to reforming key institutions and sectors of the economy for increased efficiency, global competitiveness, and investment appeals. More than at any time in our recent history, government is forging partnership with relevant stakeholders in order to invigorate our education sector and also encourage intra-sectoral partnership with the private sector, voluntary organizations, and our development partners. We are glad for this opportunity to discuss education at a national level and in support of a meaningful move toward real change and partnership in the education sector. Education remains a key sector for fast-tracking the transformation of our nation. There is an urgent need to develop human capital by investing in improving the skill of our people to facilitate the actualization of our national objectives. As a government, we are committed to embarking on sustainable initiatives and programs that will restructure and transform our national economy and educational system to meet our present and future needs. You may recall that the policy underpinning education sector in Nigeria was agreed in 1969 at a national dialogue involving a wide array of stakeholders in the Nigerian project. More than 40 years after, this policy foundation is ripe for review to determine its relevance and fine-tune its adaptability to national objectives in this 21st century. It is my hope that this summit will take up this challenge by applying itself rigorously to the design of an ideal education system that will satisfy our national needs and aspirations. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, education is a vital key for accelerating national transformation and development. Education has changed the destiny of nations, big and small, and we are determined to change our story for the very best. Government is fully aware that our country's growth and developmental potential will be undermined unless the education sector is fully developed. This explains why successive administrations since our return to democracy in 1999 have undertaken various reforms and reviews in education. In this direction, the Presidential Task Team on Education, which was constituted in 2011, conducted an assessment of the entire system, focusing on core elements such as the structure, of the 6334 system